Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa. If you are new to our channel, make sure you are subscribing, smash the likes, comment your thoughts. We are very, very close to 25k. Like, we are touching distance now. So if we can get there, let's do your bit. If you're not subscribed and you watch us, just create a little Google account and subscribe. It helps the channel out immensely. So your help is really, means a lot to me. So, up the Villa. Right, on today's show, just grab yourself a little drink, coffee, tea. We're just gonna have a chat, have a reflection of the game yesterday, and just chat about a few things off the cuff. There's no notes, there's no in-depth tactical debrief. It's just honest, raw thoughts reflecting on yesterday. And then we'll move into our season ending content. Some of it's really good. It's going to be really good. Right. So, how am I feeling? Well, last night, guys, we was in the trenches with Margot. She was up all night and we were digging in, and there was a lot of time to think about the Villa. And so I've done a lot of thinking over the last couple of hours across the course of early morning. So after that yesterday, I'm feeling a lot better. And this is just me being brutally honest, guys. I'm not sort of like, I'm not chatting rubbish. I'm not lying just for the sake of it. But I'm personally feeling better. I think the season has been long, draining, intense, fun at times. It's been hard work. It's been a hard watch. And where we are as a fan base, it's very emotional supporting this team now, because there's something at stake in every single game that we play. So there's an importance. There's an importance in literally every single one of them. You have to turn up, you have to get something, you have to deliver, because the bigger picture is that if you drop too many points, you're out of the race of where you want to be. And we're not just going into seasons now, sort of just going into a game. Yeah, we win, okay, whatever. Like, we have to get things, and who we're competing with are some very, very good teams that all want what we want, and there's only so many teams that can get it. So it has been draining, and looking at it now, I'm just feeling, obviously annoyed and disappointed from yesterday that we didn't get it, and we'll touch on that in a second. But I think looking at the Europa League, I think it could be good for us. I really do. I think obviously financially it brings in a decent amount of money. It gives us a two-way opportunity to get Champions League next season, which is massive. We want to do it through the league, but we've still got that opportunity. And I think from our experiences in Europe, semi-final Conference League, quarter-final Champions League, we will be looking to go, just thinking off the minimum quarterfinals. It has to be minimum, surely, because it's the same format as the Champions League. So top 8 don't have to go through that playoff. You then go into a round of 16, quarter, semi-final. So we should feel good about our chances of going far in the Europa League, which is, I think, is a really good thing for us. Then when I'm sort of touching on this, it sort of leads me on to yesterday. And it leads me on to the application mentality of us not being able to give ourselves the best opportunity to be able to get Champions League. I was within the mindset of, let's go out, let's get the win, let's cement Europa League, because Europa League isn't a bad thing. You know, if we'd have won yesterday and everybody else around us had have won and we'd have got Europa League, we would have been like, we've done our bit, we fell short, but Europa League is very good. So Europa League is still very good for Aston Villa. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So I'm not annoyed as a fan about the Europa League. I'm annoyed at how we performed yesterday and what we produced when something was at stake. Because I hear it in the comments about Manchester United of, what did we expect? We always knew we were going to lose. We never win there. This is what it's like to be a Villa fan and stuff. And that's fine. But we need to move away from that Villa. We need to, while we've still got Emery and while we are still growing as a club, I've said it before and I've probably said it this season, we've got little checklists that we need to tick off, because I've always maintained that we aren't the finished article. We aren't. We don't have the. We haven't got the. We haven't got the squad to be able to go into next season and go, we are qualifying for the Champions League. We are going to challenge for a title. We still have those little unknowns. We are trying to aspire to be a club that consistently gets Champions League, but we're not there yet. You see, we got Conference League, we got Champions League, we got Europa League. 3 seasons in a row, we've got Europe, which is unbelievable. And these are all little tick checkpoints. Just get Europe first, secure Europe, then look what we can get to. But within my little checklist as well, we've done so well, but we are now starting to get to the finer details, those little percentages that are very difficult to hit but need to be hit. So, for example, was I confident this season of Aston Villa qualifying for Europe? Yes. I predicted us to finish in 6th place. So I was confident that we would get minimum Conference League, because that's where I feel like we're at. But we need to get to the little ones. And where I've still got little doubts in my mind of where we are and what we're lacking, we are lacking on the delivery when it matters, the performance when it matters. And that is a very important part that we have to be able to overcome to be successful. And this is where I'm trying to get to. We are very good. We can beat anybody. We have shown that we can beat anybody. We can beat probably the Champions League champions. We can beat Arsenal. We can beat Man City. We can beat Chelsea. We can beat Spurs. We can beat anybody in the Premier League. But that little bit at the end, when it really matters, when we have to either dig in or win, or somebody has to step up and win that game for Villa, we're not quite there yet. And we have to get there. And we have to get there this summer. Because we are a good team. And we need to just make sure that little That little extra percentage is being hit. So for me yesterday, it was disappointing. It was the same as Crystal Palace because I was saying exactly the same things before the Crystal Palace game. Can we go on that big occasion when it matters, when the pressure's on, turn up, deliver, get the job done, move into the final? And we were bad that day. And yesterday was exactly the same. And the players need to take responsibility, but so does the manager. The manager as well has to learn from this season because the players are going out and for me at times not really giving their best version of themselves. But I also think yesterday Emery got it slightly wrong as well. And he saw the name and not the form. And what I mean by that is he played Manchester United the name rather than Manchester United, where are they in the table? I think Manchester United have been abysmal this season, but they have got some really good players. They've got better players than what you'd expect a team that's around, the bottom of the table. That you got to be honest there that those type of teams don't have Ahmad, Bruno, Hoyland. Come on, they don't have those types of players that are decent. And I think we just, from the first couple of minutes, you knew that we weren't at it. You knew that when Manchester United were getting on the ball, pinging it around, and we were just a yard off them, it was visible to see that when the ball went to the left-hand side, we was a yard off. We were reactive. The ball went to the left. We were reactive. We weren't. The ball goes to the left. Boom! You're being pressed. It was very. Oh, we got to chase you now, and we were chasing a lot, and I just think we weren't set up with an intensity to go after them, and I think that's what we needed to do. We needed to go after them because you saw in the game that when we start putting them under a bit of pressure, they were not doing that great. And I think we've seen it this season that at times we have been a bit passive, and that passive style has gave us Europa League. So the style is fine, but what I think at times we've got to be able to adapt a little bit and know when it's time to just unleash us a little bit, take the shackles off, realize that the game yesterday, and I've said it at times all season, that when we go away from home and we try to manage a game, and you can manage a game to an extent until you're losing. And you manage a game, and the minute you start losing, then you can't manage that game anymore. You can't control a game. And I think we've got so stuck in our trying to control things that at times we lose some of our best attributes. We lose our urgency. We lose our ability to go after a team. And I think that's been a little bit of a problem for Villa. So I think it was on a bit of everything really. It all just marred into a very bad performance. And Emery after the game talking about the first 30 minutes, not good. So very frustrating. So Villa did do a statement last night regarding what had happened. And I think it needed to be said from Villa, but it's not going to change anything. And it just needed to be said. So the fact that we've been able to say it is good. Hopefully this never happens ever again. And I think they can learn from this, but do I trust them? Absolutely not. So I'll read it. Aston Villa can confirm the club has written to the PGMOL to raise concerns over the selection process of match officials following today's game with Manchester United at Old Trafford. With such high stakes surrounding today's fixture, the club believe a more experienced referee should have been appointed. Of the 10 referees to officiate across the Premier League today, Mr. Bramall was the second least experienced. The decision to disallow Morgan Rogers' goal, which would have given the club a 1-0 lead with 17 minutes remaining in the match, was a major contributing factor to the club not qualifying for the Champions League. As per the standards that have been established over the course of the season, a decision to whistle early is clearly inconsistent with the current refereeing guidelines. VAR exists to ensure that these type of situations receive the scrutiny they deserve. Unfortunately, the technology was not allowed to serve its purpose. Ultimately, we acknowledge that the outcome for us will not change, but we believe that it is important to address the selection methodology to ensure that high stakes matches are treated as such with regards to officiating, to ensure the implemented VAR technology is allowed to be effective. So that's Villa's point of view on all of this. And it's just very frustrating, annoying, and yeah. But like I said at the start, I feel better. We can't. For me, I can't dwell on it because I think the beauty of football is that there's always another match, and unfortunately, we can't dwell on it because we don't have a match next week to try and rectify it. It's over. It's done. We've got to accept it, and we've just got to move forward, as difficult as it might be. I mean, some of you maybe still be fuming, some of you may be raging, and that is absolutely fine. But I am choosing to try and look ahead now to the summer. Right. So here we've got Europa League. So this is from Football Rankings. I spoke to him last night and I asked him if we were guaranteed pot one, and he said no. So this can change. So all of the clubs with a tick are guaranteed Europa League. And there are still a lot of clubs that aren't in the Europa League yet. And I think there's Champions League qualifiers and there's teams that will drop into this. So the ones that don't qualify will be in the Europa League. That is my understanding. So some clubs will move into this as well then. So if we take a look at what's in it so far, pot 3, Legia Warsaw. We could have them again. Nice could be in it. That would be good for me. My brother lives in Nice, so that would be nice. And we've got Real Betis, Lille. Lille did fantastically well in the Champions League, just like us. So, that'd be a big game to play them again. Feyenoord, Rangers, Porto, Roma. So Roma look like they would probably be one of the favourites. Fenerbahce, Lyon, Young Boys could be in it. Tel Aviv, Bologna, who are confirmed in it. So we could be playing them again. It'd be good to play them again. I really liked them. I liked Tommy, the fan that we had on our channel. So there we go. And Crystal Palace are in it as well. Right. So I just wanted to just sort of give an episode of how I'm feeling. I was going to release the season review today, but I felt like we couldn't go from Sunday to a season review. It just didn't feel right. So what we are going to do is we've got this episode today, and then we will have the season review out tomorrow. So the season review, jam-packed episode going through so many different topics. We will have awards in there. We will have real looks at the whole season. We will talk about individual players. So that is going to be coming out tomorrow. Then, this week, we will be having... Now, this one, guys. Strap yourself in for this one. Keep or sell. This is going to be very tasty indeed. Who stays? Who goes? It's not who we think is going to go. It's not who we think is going to stay. It's who I want to stay and who I want to sell. Right. So that is going to be pretty telling. So that one will be coming out later on in the week. So those are the two episodes. If there is a certain transfer rumor, then I will do it. If not, the aim is to do it after these episodes have been done, so we can fire Transfer Hub up, Transfer Hub Extra. Those two will be working hand in hand. We'll be having transfer rumors as they break. Then we'll be having reflective ones where on Transfer Extra, if there's noise and news that we've already done the rumor, but there's something going on, then we will jump on. We will be doing live streams with those as well on the evenings. So we'll be going live, chatting about transfers, living and breathing the transfer window as we go. So I think final thoughts on how we debrief from Manchester United is we have to be reflective of figure what did go wrong and build and grow and learn and be better for next season. So these are my thoughts after the game, the day after. And we will have a lot of content that will be coming out on the channel. So subscribe, smash the likes, comment your thoughts. Up the Villa.